Welcome to the Rewards Master, where we talk about all things points and miles, especially how to double dip and triple dip our rewards to get amazing outsized value. If you would, take a moment to both like this video and please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel and that helps immensely. What makes our channel a little different is we talk about how to outsize value through some avenues that aren't talked about a lot in the rewards community. One of those is restaurant rewards. You know, you talk about, oh, I got 3% or I got 4% with my credit card on dining. That's a good return. And sure enough, some of the shopping portals will give you an extra 4 or 5, sometimes even up to 10% back. But one of the things that's often really overlooked is some of the restaurant rewards, because most all of the restaurant rewards give 6% up to 10, 11, 12% back when you run the numbers and do the math. So if you put that together, and that's what's so beautiful about it, if you put that together with your credit card rewards and with some other tools to gain extra rewards, you can sometimes triple dip and get amazing value. There have been a few times, now it doesn't happen all the time, but there have been a few times I've gotten 50 to 60% back total when you factor in what the credit card points are worth or the air miles, and if you factor in what you get through the additional tools. So when you add all of that together, you can get amazing outside value. So what we're really passionate about here, even though we do many of the traditional points and miles type of content where we talk about, you know, credit cards and which ones are good and what gives good rewards. We talk about some of the different travel portals and how they give outsized value. But where we really focus is trying to at least get 2 different forms of return on every purchase, but ideally to triple dip. And that is through a restaurant reward or store rewards if you're shopping for something else. That is through your credit card rewards, and then through additional tools, things like the shopping portals, Capital One, American Airlines, some of those. Also through things like apps, like the Mileage Plus X app from United. And so when you add all of those things together, that's what our real passion is here. So today we're going to talk about a triple dip opportunity, and it may not be your most preferred place to eat. It certainly isn't mine. But sometimes you're in a hurry and a burger works. So today we're going to talk about Burger King. Now, if you're like me, Burger King is never your first choice of where you want to eat. You know, there's so many better places that you can also get outsized value. But sometimes fast food just fits, you know, that moment in your life. Sometimes you're on the go. Sometimes you need to get something quick. And Burger King makes that very, very possible, and to get outsized rewards. So today we're going to talk about their Crown Rewards app. It's available, you know, through the App Store, and you can download it. You make yourself a profile, put in a username and password, and you're ready to go. And it pretty much loads up and you know, already has you logged in most of the time when you pull it up. And so their Crown Rewards program is pretty simple. For me, what I do is I order right through the app, and then I just drive through the drive-through, give them, there's an order number on there, but usually they just say, we just need your name. You give them your name and you pick up your food at the window. Pay on the app with either a gift card or a credit card. Gift card works a little bit better, and I'll tell you why in a minute to get the triple dip option here. But Burger King Rewards, definitely not the greatest place in the world, but certainly it is an option for when you're on the go and when you need something quick. Now, when we evaluate these restaurant rewards programs, I look at 4 different factors, if you will. And each of these I give a grade to. As I mentioned before, I'm a professor, so I use an A, B, C, D grading scale all the time, so it's just what I'm familiar with. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look, first of all, at what the rewards program is, how the rewards program works, how all of the details come together, and what kind of value that gives us. Next, we're going to look at the reward partnerships. So these would be those additional ability to triple dip. So what other tools are there that partner with Burger King that if you use your credit card and if you use their rewards program, that you can throw the 3 together and get outsized value? And we're going to grade that as well. Then we're going to look at ease of use. Is it easy to use? Is it tough to use? Do you have to jump through a bunch of hoops? Or is it a simplified process, which, especially when you're talking about fast food, you'll want it to be a simplified process. And the last thing we're going to look at is food and beverage quality. Now, comparing a fast food restaurant to a regular restaurant or a sit-down place, that's not quite fair. So any fast food place is probably going to be lower in this regard. But we're going to factor all four of those things together, and we're going to come up with a final grade as we look at the Burger King Crown Rewards. Now, Burger King's Crown Rewards, they offer, which is typical in the restaurant industry, they give you 10 points for every $1 that you spend. So if you spend $10, you get 100 points. Now, what's really kind of hard to figure out with Burger King, and I haven't figured out the rhyme or reason of it yet, is sometimes they give you bonus rewards. So there have been times I went through and I spent $10 and I got 100 points. There have been times I've been through and I spent $10 and I got 150 points. And there have been times I went through and I even got up to 100% bonus, 200 points for $10 spent. So I don't really know how to judge it based upon the higher rate of return because it seems somewhat random. There's probably is some algorithm there, or maybe they do it on a schedule where they do it every month or 2 months or whatever it may be. But we're going to figure it based upon the base rate that you always get of 10 Crown points per dollar spent. Now, as we said, it's a little bit difficult to determine your actual rate of return because it can be much better depending on if you're getting those bonuses or not. But when you figure it out, based upon what a sandwich costs and how many points you're getting, you get about a 7% rate of return. And I found that to be true as you move up the menu and purchase with your points a little more expensive menu items. You can start with their cheap sandwiches that are $1.79, or you can go up to a Whopper or the Double Whopper or any of their more expensive sandwiches. But it still seems to work out at about 7% based upon that 10 point per dollar base rate. So you're going to get 7%, but you could potentially, and often will, get better if you're getting those bonuses that seem to be somewhat random. So when we look at the rewards program itself, getting a base 7% return pretty much all of the time, and considering that that's not the best in the restaurant industry, there are some that are a lot better, but for a quick, easy meal on the go, that seems pretty good. So I'm going to give the Burger King rewards program a B, a solid B. When it comes to reward partnerships, they do have a partnership with the United Mileage Plus X app, and I talk about that a lot. I think it's one of the best apps there is to get just free value, free money, free points on a lot of different things that you spend at major brands. Now, they don't have small restaurants or local independent places like many of the dining portals with the airlines, United and American will have. But if you're looking at major brands, Burger King's on there, Subway's on there, Taco Bell's on there, and a whole lot of brands like Texas Roadhouse and Outback and Applebee's and all those places. Well, this gives you United miles. And those United miles are figured in this way. Burger King's rate is 2 United miles per dollar spent if you use the Mileage Plus X app. And also Mileage Plus X, if you have a United credit card, and that can be any of the United credit cards, they give you an additional 0.25. So what that comes out to for Burger King is you get 2.5 United miles for every dollar spent. Now, United miles are worth 1.1, 1.2 cents a piece. So that comes down to about 3% extra. So you've got the 7% that you're getting with Burger King. Now you've got 3% you're getting back in United miles. So when we look at the reward partnership overall, it's not all that bad. There are many that give 5 United miles per dollar spent. So there are better, but it's pretty good overall. So when it comes to a reward partnership, I'm going to give them, again, a solid B. The third category we look at is ease of use. Now, I've used a lot of these restaurant rewards apps, and some of them are quirky. They work sometimes. Some of them don't work all the time. Some of them are more consistent. And Burger King is definitely on that more consistent end of the spectrum. Now, when you go into the app. Of course, you have to build a profile. You have to, set up an account. But once you do that, it works pretty well. And so when you pull it up, you set your location and it'll remember that until you change it. And you make your quick order on there. And then when you go to pay, you can choose to use a credit card. But if you do that, you're only going to get the credit card and the rewards from Burger King. But if you want to triple dip and use the Mileage Plus X, you go into Mileage Plus X, you order a gift card for exactly the amount that you're spending at Burger King. I think if it's at least $5, or you could do more than that and just have the rest of that gift card left over to use in the future. But you order that gift card, it instantly gives you back a gift card number. You go in, you select gift card in your options for payment on the Burger King app, and then you just put in the gift card number. And I've never had Burger King give me any trouble. It takes that gift card seamlessly. It says your amount due is 0, and then it gives you your order number. They send you an email with your receipt, and you just pull through the drive-through when it's ready in just a few minutes and give them either that order number or your name. You've got your food and you're on your way. So when it comes to ease of use, and this is comparing it to several other apps that I use, this one is in the tops. It's very easy to use, so I'm going to give it a solid A when it comes to ease of use. Now here's where we come to the part where Burger King or any other fast food restaurant is going to struggle, and that is the category of food and beverage quality. It's Burger King. I mean, it's not a gourmet Michelin restaurant. It's Burger King. It is not the food you choose when you're going to take your wife or your girlfriend out on a date or when you're celebrating something. It's the food you choose when you don't have a lot of other options and you're in a hurry. But that in mind, I mean, all we can really give Burger King, even though, sometimes a Whopper hits the spot or chicken fries or their fries, we're just going to have to give them a C in that regard. So overall, what's the scoop on Burger King's Crown Rewards? Well, the rewards program's pretty good. There are some that are better, but for a quick option, it's pretty good. The rewards app works excellent. And the partnership with Mileage Plus X gives you some extra value. When you factor it all together, if you use a card that gives you 4 or 5 points per dollar, and those points, if you're using American Express Gold, you're talking about 4 points that are worth about 2 cents each. I would recommend you not do that with the Mileage Plus X app because it's quirky about coding as restaurants when it comes to American Express in my experience. So I often use my Citi Prestige card. It gives me 5 dining miles. They're worth about 1.8 cents each. So that's about 9%. Then you get the 7% with the Burger King rewards. So you're up to 16%. You get 3% with Mileage Plus X. Altogether, 19% back. That's pretty good. So the final grade, when we tally up all that we've mentioned in each of those categories, we come to a B. So for a fast food restaurant, even though the quality of the food may not be everything you want it to be, those other factors are pretty good. The app's good, the partnership's pretty good, and the app works excellent when you're trying to use it in a hurry and just run through the drive-thru. So Burger King Rewards. Certainly we're going to talk about many more on this channel and some that are certainly more rewarding and also more enjoyable. But for a quick option, I recommend you use the Burger King app to run through and get you a Whopper and some chicken fries. Well, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you here next time.